Hello and welcome to this afternoon, evening taste challenge. We just got a rain shower and I hope there's more to come because we've only got like 8 days of rain since May 15th. We're in a terrible drought here in Louisiana. But I am doing a Scotch whiskey taste challenge and I have Dewar's. You know Dewar's. This is the best selling Scotch whiskey in the United States, blended Scotch, well, actually any type of Scotch whiskey. No, I wouldn't say it's particularly popular in Louisiana, but in other states, apparently it's like a big thing. All right. But of course, you can find it in any store in Louisiana, basically any liquor store. But I think Johnny Walker's probably, just from no scientific evidence, I think Johnny Walker's more popular. But this says no age statement. I think I read somewhere it's like 5 to 7 years, but it's a range, but it's no specific age. Mr. R says even to you. Now the competitor is the bargain basement 10.99 a liter Trader Joe's blended Scotch whiskey private label, but yeah, it's been doing all right in the taste challenges. Took me a while to get a handle on it. Couldn't really figure out the flavor, but did get it wrong 4 times. Got 7 wins and 4 losses. So, which actually I think is a good argument for the Trader Joe's Scotch. I think it's pretty good. You think it would be just awful being a private label store brand, but nah, no, it's all right. Mr. R says it is cool if I ask a history related question, or should I wait for the next live related to geopolitical? Well, I mean, obviously this, yeah, I mean this video's focusing on Scotch. I mean, you could ask, but I'm not going to go into it in detail. So there it is, finally focused. Age 3 years. Oh, no problem. 3 years. Don't know who makes it for Trader Joe's. It could be different companies every year. I'm sure they're just telling them, look, it needs to taste like this. And they give them a framework. Make it taste like this. We don't want it to come outside that template. We don't want people, they're not going to be too picky for 10.99 a liter. But it can't be nasty, horrible. And so the supplier, the distillery in Scotland, who could be like a big company, could be Dewar's for all I know, say, yeah, no problem, we'll do it. They calculate, yeah, we can do that. Okay. They say, okay. And then if as long as they're doing it right and they can agree on the price, then yeah, no problem. Okay, so Dewar's, I think I paid, it's got the 3Ds interlocked, the 3 Dewar's, the father and the 2 sons, who really made it popular. The father started the company. He didn't really promote it that heavily. And then the sons, they really got it going. That's the 3Ds. John, Tommy, and John Jr. So it was John Jr. and Tommy that got it rolling. But they sold out. They always do that. You say, I'm into craft beer. It's all about the people. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they sell out. Yeah, you find out about the people. Yeah, it's about the people that's getting the money when they get the buyout. That's what people it's about. I was always like fascinated by these craft beer devotees. They thought it was like some kind of, I don't know, they were weird. Like it was like almost like they were part of a cult, like Scientology or something. You don't understand, man. It's all about the beer, man. And I'm like, okay. I'm pretty sure I know what beer is. And that's where I got into it with them because I was like, they're not driving too fast, at least. They're going at the normal speed. Sometimes they're going so fast, they're violating the ordinance. But yeah, I mean, some of these craft beer people, they were just like beyond the pale of any acceptable form of human sensibility, sensibleness. This is an old shirt I'm wearing. This is a work shirt. Okay. But we're like, yeah, they were like people that were in a cult. You talk to people that's in a cult, like they're talking crazy, like, and you can't reason with them. They're like, oh no, you don't understand. It's uh Baba O'Reilly says, Master says, they say, they all say, and you're like, no, that's not true. And if you disagree, they so irate. I'll block you on the internet. It's like I don't even know who you are. Okay. Um, Jean Pierre says, "Hey Jay, drinking Old Milwaukee Light. Oh, good choice. I drink Milwaukee's Best Light today." Mm-hmm. Daniel says, "Hello, clapping hands. I'm just tuning in. What have I missed?" Says JV, laughing out loud. Well, you didn't miss much. You missed me trying to get the camera to focus, talking about wearing a work shirt and a train blaring and flying past with only a few cars carrying a few. Can't go wrong with some Scotch whiskey, right? Well, I guess you could. I haven't bought any yet that I've gone wrong with, actually. Hi, Ron. Do you like wheat whiskeys? Oh yeah, I like them. KS, I like them. Wheated whiskeys, yeah, sure. I like them more than wheat beers. Wheat beers are kind of fluffy and not the best. Dewars. I need a little bit more Dewars. I should have worn a nicer shirt, but I just was like lounging. I already took a bath. I'm already clean, like an apocalypse now. Hey, clean. Get your hiney back home. Okay. Boy, we got some rain and we need more. This is not enough. I hope it rains all night. It won't, but oh, what a blessing. God, thank you, Lord, for this rain. And we need so much more. Usually it rains all the time, like it never stop raining. You just say Louisiana's full of rain. But then this year, 2023, I'm going to call this the year of dryness. It's been so dry. Oh, so very dry. Is there such a thing as craft whiskey, like craft beer? Says JV. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of people drink that uncrafted beer. Yeah. William Hoyle says, "Hi Jay, just bought a 6-pack of Genesee Cream Ale pint cans for $5.99. That's a good price. Seemed like a pretty decent price. It is. I like Genesee Cream Ale. Man, if I could get 30 packs of that around here, I'd buy it all the time. But unfortunately, I cannot. Yeah, this shirt is like faded, and it got screwed up with bleach on it and everything. But it's like I say, it's a work shirt. I don't even. I wear it underneath, like a undershirt. So it's like a working man. This is a working man's taste challenge. A working class hero is something to be. Uh, I'm like John Lennon, except I don't live in a mansion and claim to be a working class hero. I just live in a working class neighborhood and claim to be a working class hero. Okay, Daryl says, "Cheers, just picked up Sierra Nevada celebration this afternoon." Ronald S. is the spokesman for uncrafted beer. Yes. Nice, love the John Lennon, says JV. The John Lennon. He doesn't just like John Lennon, he loves the John Lennon. So I'm a lot like him. I'm very much like that man. except that I'm not from England and I live past 40 and I don't live in a mansion and I didn't have a music career and I don't have a Japanese woman telling me what to do every day of my life. A very bossy Japanese woman. But otherwise, except for those few little details, we're basically the same. And I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't wear, well, I do wear glasses. I don't wear those round ones. But I will give you everything I've got for a little peace of mind. Um, would you say that you tried all the major classes of liquor? Yes. Have you tried schnapps, rice wines, or akvavit? Okay, let me rephrase that. I've tried many of the major classes of liquor. I've tried white label, but it just wasn't for me. More into Johnny Walker Red Label, says Clancy Woodard. I like the Johnny Walker Red, and that's coming up. Like a flower, da-da-da-da-da. All the world's indeed a stage. We are merely players, performers, and portrayers, says JV's Hangouts. Yes. And I'll tell you why, JV, because those who hold high places must be the ones to start to mold a new reality. Here we go. Like the Runaway said, here we go. Nice, right on top of your head, too. That's me, you know. I'm like Admiral Admiral Kirk. I'm on my feet like a cat till Khan shows up. All right, but anyway, I don't think Khan's going to show up tonight. This one smells more. This one smells more caramel, and this one smells more compost pile. And I think that's because this is Trader Joe's and that's Dewar's. Now, I love the Dewar's 12-year age. That is really nice. The Dewar's illegal mezcal finish thingy. That was awesome. Thank you, David, for that. 8-year aged. Oh man, I just couldn't get over that. But that's gone. They keep bringing in new barrels. You know how it goes. Like they got Caribbean barrel, they got Mediterranean barrel, they got Persian Gulf barrel, they got Red Sea barrel, Caspian Sea barrel, Black Sea barrel, and so forth. And I can't buy them all. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm not going to. So I just have to pick and choose. So Dewar's White Label is fine. It's kind of bland, like they were saying on that Jim Beam hangout on East Coast LQ Liquor Reviews. I can't ever remember his channel name, but you know, Tanner. They were saying it's more of a mixer. I thought they were a little harsh on Jim Beam, but it was a very interesting video. And Dewar's White Label is mostly a mixer. The 12-year age, that's more of a sipper. All right, time for the taste, if you don't mind. Right off, not on, LOL. I think Trader Joe's Scotch is a solid choice given the JB inflation at the moment, says KS. I think you're right. Well, now it's time to taste I did some productive things today, but they're tearing up the neighborhood with all the gas pipeline work. So you can't do too much except watch them do gas pipeline work, which is very noisy, but it's interesting, all that equipment. Cheers to Miller Pipeline. Hiring, now hiring. If you have a cousin or a nephew or an uncle that claims they can't get a job, they're lying. I've never met a person who claimed they couldn't get a job that I believed. What they really meant was they wanted you to give them money. They never hassle me too much. These kind of relatives, they never bother me because they know my answer is always going to be consistent. It's going to always be no. No, I'm not going to give you money, but I'll help you find a job. But of course, I know that's not what you're really interested in because, that's not what you do since you're not really oriented toward working. But we all have relatives like that, they just can't find a job. Um, this has that peatiness, that compost pile taste. I mean, really, it tastes like a compost pile. I've never actually eaten a compost pile. You know what I'm saying? I used to know these people, they're kind of hippie type people, and they would throw raw eggshells and everything into this pile, and they were making compost to use for gardening. Then they just up and moved to Picayune, Mississippi, and I never saw them again. But I would assume they started one of those there. But it had that like rotting vegetable organic matter flavor, which if you know anything about peat, the soil, the what they use for fuel in Ireland and Scotland, then that would make sense. You see what I mean? No, I mean. So yeah, this does have some of that. Now I know Dewar's got bought out by Bacardi Limited. You say, how could they do that? How could they sell out? Man, I don't know. I guess they liked the money they were offered. Um, I think these are much more similar than they are different. Are there differences? There are differences. They're not profound. And I paid 30.99 for this handle. It actually has a handle on it. That's why they call it a handle. It's so heavy they put a handle on it so you don't drop it. It's glass. 30.99. It's a classic. It's kind of bland, but it's nice enough. I think I'd recommend it if you're not too picky. Um, on the other hand, I paid 10.99 for this liter, and it's pretty nice. So would I be recommending these? I'd recommend them within a certain context, and the context would be volume drinking, watching a sporting event with friends, having a like we used to live on the parade route for the Mardi Gras parade. So when you live on the parade route, you wouldn't believe how many friends you have. They want to come to your house, drink all your drinks, use your restroom, and watch the parade. So my father would say, "Oh, let them come." He liked a party. So he would go and buy all the store brand liquors and a lot of cheap beer and let them drink it all. He didn't care. So yeah, I think for that, I think these are those kind of products. I mean, Dewar's is more developed. You understand? It's got a name. It's got a history. They claim the same recipe since 1899, although it used to be 86.6 proof. Now it's 80 proof. So I don't know how it's the same recipe, but same general idea with it. Yeah, whatever was cheaper, that's what I would buy. Whatever, if it was, say, what if it was a $5 difference? Well, I'd buy whatever was cheaper. You say, well, what if it was a $2.50 difference? I would buy whatever one was cheaper. And you say, well, excuse me for being blunt, but what if it was a dollar cheaper? Well, I would still buy whatever was cheaper. The taste is not that profound. For all I know, Dewar's might be making a contract for Trader Joe's. Now, Dewar's uses Aberfeldy single malt. Aberfeldy, famous single malt Scotch whiskey. You probably heard of it. I've heard of it. I never had it. I never bought it, but it's on my to buy list. But that's why it has that nice flavor. Now, what single malt are they using in Trader Joe's? Well, I guess whatever deal they got. You know what I mean? One of those that didn't come out so nice. But it tastes. They blended it. They did a good job blending it, and I suppose you could mask some problems if you do a nice blend. You know what I'm saying? Mix it up to where people don't notice the imperfections. And for 10.99 a liter, they're not going to be looking for any. Yeah, they're all right. These are all right. I think I know which is which. Okay. Amen on that. Some people want a free ride. I know so many, and I don't give them a single penny. I mean, I have no mercy. I don't give them any money. And they claim to apply 60 times a day, yet not one interview, right? Yeah. Let's not even talk about it because it's such a joke. These bums can get a job, but they don't want to work. They want money for nothing and they're chicks for free. Tim's Bruce says, wearing the shades and smiling. And Jean Pierre says, Game 7 tonight. Go Diamondbacks. I like Clan McGregor. I do like Clan McGregor, and I did it in a taste challenge against Trader Joe's. And the NBA starts tonight. I can't stand watching the NBA because they play music during the game, but it does start in a few minutes, so I'll probably subject myself to it. The Lakers. Is whiskey affected by light and degrade over time? Yes, but not over time. If you buy a handle that you likely won't finish in a short period of time, should you look for brown bottles? Oh, no, not if you keep it in the cabinet where the light's not hitting it. It should be fine. Now, if you have this obsession with sticking it on a grocery store shelf under fluorescent light, could be a problem. But otherwise, I wouldn't think it'd make much difference. All right, so let's call this. Because I dig a pony. I mean, it's like a tie. It's like a tie. It's not technically a tie, but it's like a tie. You know what I'm saying? It's basically a tie. I think this is the Bacardi's. I'm sorry. Oh, they do own it, but Dewar's does their own thing. I think this is the Dewar's. It is. Ha ha. 12-4. 12 wins, 4 losses. So, yeah, 75% average. That's not too bad. I'm going to try to improve on it. Would I prefer the Dewar's? Oh, I guess I would prefer the Dewar's by a little bit, but I wouldn't make a big production out of it. I wouldn't prefer it by a lot. And then we're going to do the 12-year age next time up. There's no chance there. Ain't no way Dewar's 12 years is going to lose a Trader Joe's. But, I'll still do the video just for the heck of it. All right. We all take care now.